Hey guys, so today I wanted to bring you a foundation tutorial meant specifically for people who have acne. And this is great for spring and summer as well because it is a very light coverage foundation. So even if you don't have acne, I would still recommend these products to you. But this is basically products that are meant to fight acne while you're wearing your makeup, because if you're wearing your makeup 8 to 12 hours a day, why wouldn't you want to be getting rid of pimples at the same time or preventing breakouts? So that's what these products do. These products are also very light. You can still see pimples and texture through my skin, so it's not a super full coverage foundation. But from far away, I can look at someone like this and feel confident in my own skin, even if I am going somewhere where I feel like I can't go without makeup. Also, these products kind of let your skin breathe. It's a primer that fights acne. It is a foundation that is a tinted moisturizer that has SPF in it. It's formulated with clay that can help acne and oil production, and without mineral oils and without parabens and without synthetic fragrances and things that can really clog up our skin. And since it's light, it lets our skin breathe. I'm also using a concealer to get those tricky areas, and this also has acne fighting ingredients. So yeah, this is a foundation tutorial that I've been using and really loving, and I hope it helps you, and I will show you how. So first I'm going to start off with a primer, and the primer I'm using is from, this is called Clear Prep. It's from Cover FX. I absolutely love this. It is a matte foundation primer for anti-acne, and the reason why, it doesn't say it on here, but I believe that it doesn't say it on here, I think it says it on the actual box, but I believe it has salicylic acid. Salicylic acid and a couple of other ingredients. So what this does is that our faces are clean, our hands are clean, there is nothing on our skin right now. I didn't even put moisturizer on, since the foundation that I'm using is like a tinted moisturizer and it has sunscreen in it. But this is going to be a barrier on our skin from everything else, from the world, from these other products, and it's going to treat our acne throughout the day. So I'm just going to take a little dab of this. You want to be able to spread it really well with your fingers. And again, just using very clean hands, I'm going to apply this to my problem areas first. So my entire face is a problem area, but I'm going to try to concentrate on the places where I know that I have and where I get active breakouts. And then just kind of smear it everywhere else from there to prime the rest of the skin. Remember when the lady ripped off my eyebrow? Look, it's grown back very nicely. I'm very happy. I don't have that like rip anymore because it was a bad rip. And if you didn't see that video, it was a summer, like not summer, but it was like a smoky eye for spring and a nude lip makeup tutorial. It was so embarrassing, but I showed you anyways. And if you haven't seen it, I'll link it to you. But yeah, I am just going to rub this all in. Now that that is on, it is time to go in with our foundation, and the foundation I'm using is a tinted moisturizer. Also, usually I like to use concealer underneath my foundation, but for today I'm going to try to put it over the top just to kind of work it in, and if I need to, I can always go in with another layer of this. So this is the Tarte Smooth Operator, and the reason that this is a good choice for acne is because it has left out a lot of the things that can irritate skin. It is a tinted moisturizer, so it's going to be a little bit more sheer, but that's better because it's not suffocating our skin. Air can kind of still get in and kind of refresh our pores and stuff. Also, it has SPF 20, which we know is essential to having healthy, youthful skin for years to come. Even if we've already got wrinkles or something like that, prevention is always better than treatment. Or even if the problem's already there, prevention of the problem from getting worse is always a good thing. This also has Amazonian clay. It is, again, from Tarte. They have an amazing line of Amazonian clay. They have lipstick and blush and all sorts of stuff. But the Amazonian clay is great for oil because it kind of helps to absorb that, and it also leaves the skin looking very natural. It gives it a good texture. Like I said, I believe it is... I want to say that it's silicone free, but I don't have the box with me, so I can't check. But it is formulated without all of these things. That includes mineral oil, parabens, petroleum, phthalates, sodium lauryl sulfate, synthetic dyes, and synthetic fragrances. Because a lot of times with sensitive acne-prone skin, there are certain things that will break us out, such as mineral oil will cause someone to go crazy because all the oil's in your skin already. For instance, fragrances. Fragrances can really be an irritant because they're so impure. All sorts of stuff can really upset the skin, so I feel like this is a good balance. It works for me even though it is sheer. And what's nice is that once you let it dry, you can layer it. So over areas that I do need a little bit more coverage, I can apply my concealer and then go over with this again. But we're going to try to do the concealer over top. So I'm just going to take a bit and I'm going to apply this again to my problem areas first and just kind of blend it out. Now, if you wanted to, you could, I'm going to take these out too. Look, they're kitty cat earrings this time, not elephants, because I had El Elefante earrings before. Did I just get foundation up in my hair? No, I didn't. That was a close call. I was going somewhere really important with this, but I forgot. Oh, we're not using brushes because you could definitely use a makeup brush. Makeup brushes are wonderful, but I personally like to use clean hands because I feel like I have a little bit more control. And also, let's be honest, makeup brushes can cause acne. I'll link you to a video all about it. If you do not clean your makeup brushes, they take oil and bacteria from your skin, they sit there, they grow, you put it back on your skin, it gives you acne. Now, if you clean your makeup brushes after every single use and if you sterilize them and wipe them off, then perfect. That's probably not going to be an issue for you. But for me personally, I know myself and I know that I am not the best person at cleaning my brushes. As much as I try, I don't clean them all that regularly. And I know that that does give me acne. So when I can try to avoid using a brush for my face, I generally will. Just because I know that it will keep me a little bit cleaner and a little bit less acne prone and a little bit more bacteria free. I actually did a beauty confessions video, so if you want to see my bad beauty confessions and the things that I am not so good at, I will link you to that. But cleaning my brushes was one of them, and I know myself. So if you do clean your brushes and if you know you clean them after every use, then go right ahead. But if you're like me and maybe you forget every once in a while, or maybe you just don't want to every once in a while, I would recommend just using your fingers because it's instant sterilization when you wash your hands. And wow, I just realized I just talked a lot. And I frequently talk too much, don't I? Anyways, before I talk some more, I'm just going to blend this in. As you can see, I'm just kind of applying with my hands like this, and I'm just going to finish this all over my face and be right back. Now that that's on, I have let it oxidize a little bit, so it did get a little bit darker. But next I'm going to go in with my concealer, and this is the one that I am using from Neutrogena, and I know it was out of focus, I'm sorry. I'll show you again in a second. This is the Neutrogena Skin Clearing Blemish Concealer, and it has MicroClear technology. And the reason that this works for acne is because it doesn't have ingredients that are going to clog your skin, and it also has salicylic acid. And salicylic acid, when it sits on your skin, it's a natural ingredient and it sits on your skin and it helps to break down those layers and get rid of the acne. So I am going to apply this to my problemo spots. This is in 05 Fair, and because this did oxidize a bit, I'm afraid that this might be a little bit too light, but I'm just going to pat this onto the areas that I still have issues and kind of blend this in with my finger. And then from there, if it's really uneven, once this oxidizes, I can go in with another quick pat of this. So I'm really only going over the areas where I need it most. If you wanted to, you could apply a little bit under your eyes as well if you have under eye bags or circles or anything like that. And if you do have under eye bags or circles, you could also do some home remedies to get rid of them before putting on your foundation, because sometimes that helps, like before you put on your makeup, if you put like some cold press on or some potatoes or things, it can kind of help get rid of those. But go ahead and touch up any problems that there are, and I'm just going to put this on and then let it sit. So now, even though I'm not actively dispensing more product, I'm just kind of tapping around the area, trying to kind of blend this out just a little bit before we go back in with foundation. Now that that's on, I am going to take a little bit more of the Tarte and just smooth this onto my fingers and kind of pat it onto the skin. And the way I like to do this is just kind of by going like this for a really nice skin tone texture, and this should really help the two colors just blend in together evenly. So I'm going to just tap, tap, tap away. It also gives it a very skin tone texture, which I like, which I think most people would like, because why would we want our skin looking like anything other than skin? Unless it's Halloween. But that's a different story. So once I've kind of let that settle in, that is it for this look. And again, you can still see a couple pimples through there, but it really does let our skin breathe. Now, it is personal preference, but you could apply a powder or a mattified powder or something like that over this. Personally, I'm going to skip that step because I find having not a shiny, oily face, but having a more luminous finish, like you see it's kind of luminous. It doesn't look oily, but just luminous on my skin. I find that that conceals texture more, for instance, the texture of the pimples, whereas when I put on a powder, it's more mattified, but you can really see those pimples a lot more. And I don't know if that's just me, I believe it's for everybody, but powder really is a personal preference. If you feel much more confident with it, then go ahead, apply a light dusting of it. But personally, I'm going to skip it because I think it looks more full coverage without the powder. And if you do have oil problems, but you don't want to use a powder, feel free to take along blotting sheets or use a setting spray like Urban Decay's All Nighter, which is meant to keep out oil. but you don't have to apply a powder. So that is all. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any other requests, please let me know. And oh, I forgot to put my little earrings back in. Oh, I gotta do that. So me and my kitty cat earrings love you very much, and I hope that you are all having a wonderful day. And I don't want to end this video, and I think that's why I talk so much to you guys, is because I'm like, I love to talk to you, and I love to be with you. But I understand that it's annoying when videos are like 10 minutes long. So I love you all very much. I have one earring in, and I will talk to you all very soon. Love you guys. Bye.